Welcome to another basic Heroclix strategy video brought to you by One Mind Syndicate. I am your host Gursh One, and today we're going to be talking about a crucial support piece you must include in your Heroclix team. I'm talking about the Perplexer. Now, a Perplexer can be any character with Perplex, or any character that allows you to bump up either their stats or another character's stats. There's multiple ways to use this, and it's gonna change depending on the situation you're in, but let's start off with the most basic way to use a Perplexer, and that is to improve your odds. Let's take a character you control, Moon Knight, with an attack value of 10 and a damage value of 3. You want to attack Beta Ray Bill with a defense value of 17. The first idea would be to use Perplex to bump up Moon Knight's damage to a 4 because you're a destructive and you want to cause as much hurt to your opponent as possible. But you need to control those psycho urges for a second and play it smart. If you bump up Moon Knight's attack value to an 11, you have just improved your odds of hitting by a whole 14%. You now have a 73% chance of hitting your opponent. And 1 is all you needed to bring Beta Ray Bill's defense value to a 16. This might not seem like much, but if you make these small improvements on your odds throughout the entire game, it's gonna end up giving you a better game overall. It's all about the numbers. Another thing to keep in mind is if you have the ability to perplex other characters, especially your opponent's characters, perplex your opponent's characters. It's much more beneficial for you to do that than it is to perplex yourself. Let's take a look of an example using this idea. You have used Moon Knight's perplex ability to perplex Beta Ray Bill's defense down by 1. You have improved your odds of hitting, but also have used Perplex as a safety net. Just in case Moon Knight misses his first attack, Beta Ray Bill's defense will still be perplexed down for other characters to attack him and still use the benefit of Perplex. Perplexing your opponent's values is also very beneficial. Let's say you push down your opponent's attack value down turn after turn. You have essentially ruined his effectiveness and even bought yourself some time for all the misses that he will do. Not to mention, you'll probably impress the dice gods and they'll end up being in your favor. The more Perplexers you bring to a match, the better. This power can stack, meaning you could use it multiple times on individual values. So imagine this. It's the beginning of the game and you're going up against a strength 11, defense 18 monster. Well, with 3 simple Perplexers that aren't too expensive, you could bring that down to a attack 9, defense value 17 sissy. Just remember, there is the rule of 3, which says that you cannot modify a combat value more than +3 or -3. So if you have an attack value of 11, the most you can do is 14. Or you could bump it down to, 7? Yeah, 7. It sucks, but that doesn't mean you can't use it on damage value. So if you have a Blue Eyes White Dragon with a damage value of 6, that's where you destructive can go in there and make it a damage value of 11. So you can destroy whatever innocent creature lies before Blue Eyes White Dragon. Now, as far as characters for you to choose from, there's always Blind Al from the Deadpool set. There is also Gollum from the Lord of the Rings stuff. And then right now in the War of Lights, you have the batteries and the entities that are good ways to bump up your character's values. So go out there and search for whatever awesome Perplexer you have in your bins of Heroclix so you can battle it out. Thank you guys for watching another episode of Basic Heroclix Strategies. Be sure to click here for the next week's episode, or click here for last week's episode if you haven't checked that out. And of course, thank you guys for sharing and liking this video. Special thanks to our patrons on Patreon who are supporting us in all ways possible to keep bringing you guys free awesome content. If you guys want to help us out, be sure to click on over to the Patreon page so you guys can see what awesome goodies we have. This was Gursh One with One Mind Syndicate signing out.